Hello and welcome back to another showcase on Warframe. Today's item, the Magnus. The Magnus set to be exact, so look at the Magnus and the AKMagnus. Now there isn't a whole lot of difference between them, just a bit of a stat difference. But for now, we'll look at the plain Magnus. It's pretty much a Magnum with somehow having 8 shots. I don't try to understand the physics of this game anymore. But anyway, if you want some iron at your hip, there's a pretty good choice here. It's prominent in impact damage, but it does do slightly in the other categories as well. It's quite accurate, has a good critical chance, also have good critical multiplier and status. Across the board, pretty good stuff. Maybe not damage-wise, but everything else makes up for it. That's a general idea of this weapon. Anyway, you can find it in the marketplace in the secondary blueprint department. The resources to build are pretty trivial except for the organ cells. That's the only drawback. Now, how's it do on the field? Well, there is one prominent problem of it. It has a bit of heavy recoil. Then again, it is a revolver magnum. So double tapping can be problematic as you not hit the same place twice. Doesn't too much matter in close range combat, but at range it is a problem. But otherwise, the damage is excellent. You gotta complement either the status build, or you gotta go for the critical build. Luckily, both doors are open to you. Damage-wise, you probably won't get a whole lot out of this. It's mainly either elemental or critical, not a base build. But still, if you want to complement your base, you're gonna need that for your critical build a little bit. Now, let's look at the AKMagnus. These weapons pretty much have 2 of them, and the damage slightly increased to show that, and the accuracy's been lowered since you're no longer wielding one. Yeah, but however, the the critical chance, however, has been increased to 25%, and same thing goes for status. The magazine's been doubled, but you get 1 extra second on reload time, being 3 seconds instead of 2. All a worthwhile trade, if you ask me, for what you get. It's pretty much lines up to be more of the same thing of, well, what you want out of this. It could be a critical or a status build. Nothing changes in that regard. But, how well can it do in the field? For my ultimate build, I'll be going with a critical build, though elemental will work just as well, though it'll be entirely different mods. You again can find this in the marketplace in the secondary area, but you'll need 2 Magnuses and 2 more organ cells, a total of 6 organ cells to build this. Bit hefty if you ask me, but it's powerfully worth it. So here it is, my ultimate build. Pretty simple. When I had to decide either critical or status, I went with critical. That's my choice. I always go with criticals. But yes, starting off I had to put in around 5 formas, plus the catalyst, so a bit hefty there, but no matter. I got the Hornet Strike and Barrel Diffusion for raw damage. I also got primed Target Cracker and Pistol Gambit for the extra critical damage. I also got Lethal Torrent on the Naz Nightmare mod. And also Hollow Point is a corrupted mod. Now, Pummel and Sharpened Bullets are from 2 different operations. They're event mods. If you don't have them, that's unfortunate. But if you do have them, this is where you use them, on weapons like this. If you don't have it, either of those, then try putting some elements on it along with the build. Throw in some radiation damage to help against Grenier. Maybe explosive. It can work against everything a little bit. Maybe viral. Viral works against everything pretty much. But you get the more or less idea. Anyway, starting off this test, we'll go against some Corpus units. I'll get some MOAs, since they don't like to hide. Get 20 of them. We're gonna jack them all the way up to level 80. Now, I don't want to fight these guys head on because they hurt like hell, 20 of them. But you can see my critical build easily levels out these guys. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but any level higher it wouldn't do very good of a job. So this is pretty much the maximum level I'd recommend using these weapons against. But level 80 is plenty impressive against Corpus. With this, you pretty much should be able to easily have a backup weapon when your main weapon runs out of ammo, if that is the case. No, these are not infinitely deep ammo. You can run out ammo pretty quick if you use it like this. But at least it was good for a pinch. And against Corpus, there's not like a whole lot of prominent weapons used against him. Most people have a hard time choosing, so this is a good solid choice. Maybe it won't do against level hundreds in sortie, but whatever. Next up, we're going to fight against some Grineer. Now we're going to face 10 of them. And level is not going to be level 80, but we're going to dial it down to 65. Now it doesn't do nearly as good. At level 70, they're too strong. It'll take forever to kill them. But once the sharpened bullets kick in, it's manageable. So it's not the best weapon. There are certainly better weapons to fight against the Grineer with. But these will get the job done up to level 65. Anything past that, then you'll probably be grabbing your main weapon or resorting to melee weapons. Because this, maybe if you choose an elemental build, this will turn a little bit differently. But you probably wouldn't fight the Corpus at the same level. It's all based on how you build it. I chose a critical, and that's how far it goes with the Grineer. If I took radiation, maybe you can go to level 70, closer to 80. Probably nothing beyond that. But, as I said, the Corpus, maybe you have to fight him at a lower level. Now, for the infestation, we're going to choose some plain ancient disruptors. We'll take only 5 of them, and put them at the same level, 65, same as the Grineer. And it does pretty darn good, providing you hit their face area. If you don't hit the face area, it does meh. So yes, they have armor, and they're resistant against impact damage. So make sure to hit the face. Everything else should do just fine. Everything else doesn't have armor. So good enough. Now, on some pros and cons. Hope you guys like the new layout. If you don't, leave a comment down below. Alright, on the pro side for the AKMagnus, you've got a solid critical build, a solid elemental build, and the dual-wielding version weapon is superior to the single. Now, on the con side, you've got a bit of a long reload time, prominent and mainly impact damage, and the accuracy could be a bit better on the dual version, but it's okay. It's okay. Now, for the score for the AKMagnus, since that's what I've been doing in my previous showcases, and I'll see if it works here. The damage, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for being rather solid. Accuracy, 6 out of 10 for being a little bit lower on the dual version, but still manageable. Design, 7 out of 10. For how well it's pretty much with the critical and status build and whatnot. Miscellaneous, 6 out of 10 for requirements requiring a total of 6 Orca cells to get the dual version, and a lot of time. Ammo though is 5 out of 10, since the ammo pool wasn't exactly deep, but it wasn't shallow either. No matter. Total score for the AKMagnus is 31 out of 50. Good. Pretty good. So it's alright weapon. It'll get your job done against certain groups. Maybe not the Grineer so much, but that's all based on your build. Could be elemental build and that'll change things. So there you have the AKMagnus build, test, and score. So, is it a weapon for you? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. There's so many weapons of Warframe, you just can't choose one. But, what can you do different with it? You could throw those elemental mods on, you know, elemental damage and status. You know, there's plenty of them. Or you could do something else entirely. That's all up to you. But I'm still adamant that he has to be a critical or a status build. Because the base damage is, well, it's not really there. I can only top out around 600 impact if I want. Maybe close to 700. But even then, that's not very great. But no matter. Thank you for watching this showcase. I'll see y'all next time. Take care out there. Want to see a particular weapon here on Showcase? Leave a comment down below. It might be the next one I choose. I thank you for watching, and don't forget, on Beyond the PS4 we do have a community page on there. Feel free to join if you want. You can leave comments there if you want. Anyway, thank you for watching, and take care.